Bind me, gag me, take me to the bunny ranch. People dying, kill me in the packing house. Even you have to...
Hey everybody. So, I'm not going to lie. This is not being recorded at the same time as the regular podcast. It's like 5:32. It's 5:32 in the morning right now. And, yeah, I have to record these things for ads that are coming up. So, we're doing that. Hey, honey, how am I doing?
Great.
See, I'm doing great. All right, enjoy this ad. So it's 5:34 right now, and yeah, I woke up all the animals in the house now. So now they're all like following me around. Honestly, doing these ads sometimes don't feel like the best idea in the world, but yeah, just I did it. Look at me, pat myself on the back. All right, back to the show.
Previously on the Bunny Ears podcast.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Bunny Ears podcast. I'm your illustrious host, Macaulay Culkin. So this week, actually, we have a fun little throwback for especially our old school fans. My former co-host, Mr. Matt Cohen, he showed up to my place. We hung out in my backyard, and so did Stewart P. Miller from Columbus, Ohio. So another person who hasn't been on the podcast in a while. But speaking of throwbacks, we do a bunch of throwback kind of things. We talk about the past, and we talk about throwback things like dead animals that were on television and stuff like that. So hope you enjoy it. I'll catch you at the end of this. All right, bye.
And now, the exciting conclusion to the Return of the Matt episode of Bunny Ears podcast, with part 2, the end of the Matt for now.
New category, yeah?
Yeah, let's, is it my pick, I guess?
I don't know, where are we? We did discoveries.
We got 3 categories left, guys. No, 4. Wait, 1.
I don't know, we don't have to do them all.
One,
Pick
two,
one. Want to do
3,
fads?
4.
Want to do fads?
Yeah, let's do fads. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first because I picked it, I guess. My number 5 90s fad, and I don't even know if this was a fad as much as a thing that I did. Do you guys ever fuck with Lanyard?
No. I have no idea what you're
You never
talking
went to
about.
camp, right? So, like...
I mean, I know what a lanyard is.
Okay, but not a lanyard you wear around your neck. It was like, it came in like a spool, and you could get multicolors and sparkly ones, and what you would do is you would make designs out of them that were like keychains, or I'm sure Warren knows what I'm talking about. I'll show you a picture.
We're both looking at Matt
and like,
really weirdly.
And this might be a regional thing, but like...
I'm skeptical.
I knew like 30 different designs, and me and my brother both had big Tupperware containers full of like 100 different colors of lanyard, and scissors and beads, and you would I'm gonna try to find. It might not be relatable to everyone here, but yeah. So Cobra. See, this is what I remember. This was my favorite Stitch. It was a king cobra. Wait till the image loads up and see if you guys.
Let's see what we got
like
here.
these things.
It's like a bolo tie almost.
yeah.
I
Okay.
remember those,
Those things you made them out of like individual
Yes.
strands of colored things, and you tied them together and
I
made
see.
designs.
It's a cross between like a bolo tie, a chain wallet,
But you make it yourself, so it's kind of like
and a friendship bracelet.
knitting
You know,
almost.
yeah,
exactly.
Mhm.
But like thin pieces of plastic.
Yeah,
I miss it.
I miss it.
I was like, should I get into
Man,
lanyard
I miss camp.
I went with rollerblades for my number 5.
Yep, no, that was a proper fad.
I was into it. I was like, this is the
Me
new
too.
wave of roller skating, and then all of a sudden, it just
I had to actually rollerblade in like 4 movies, and so the thing I appreciate about rollerblading is that I actually like got to rollerblade as quote unquote work. So it's like I didn't have to go to school because I got to take my rollerblading lesson. I guess just
have to take
I guess I have to take my rollerblading lesson.
great.
I guess I can't do math today. Just all right, that's my favorite. That's my favorite
Sorry,
part of rollerblading.
Mr. Chalmers.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever roller skate?
I did in the 80s a little bit.
That's what I mean. That's why it's funny for me because I only knew from rollerblades. And like, if I were to put wheeled feet things on, they would still be blades instead of skates. Even the times I've gone to like roller skating birthday parties, I'm a fucking mess because I've been on roller skates 3 times in my life. You know?
I've done it I've done it as an adult like once or twice as like a birthday party kind of thing. Go to a roller rink.
But I would prefer blades.
No, I had me-down roller skates. Like,
You did?
Yeah.
What did you prefer, blades or skates?
Blades were easier.
Yeah, they were easier.
Blades
right?
were a
They
lot
fun.
easier.
You got to,
Yeah.
like, fucking...
Yeah. they're all in a line. Yeah, you get to go, yeah.
Good shit.
Okay, my number 5, it's Pogs, because fuck Pogs. I love making fun of them. I've never owned a Pog in my life.
Nor I, and I had that as my number 5, and I
funny
crossed it
is-
out for rollerblades.
Yeah.
Pogs is not on my list. I owned thousands of them. And slammers and like cases for my Pogs and like binders that had Pog wallets in them and shit. I think they got thrown out a year later. But yeah, I had slammers that like you scratch and sniffed.
Scratch and sniff
They
Pogs.
smelled like chocolate and
yeah,
stuff.
honestly,
Wow.
I just loved making fun of you.
Yeah.
I loved making fun of people who
Yeah,
had
man.
Pogs.
Oh, yeah.
Because I never understood it.
Hey, bro, it's Hawaiian, bro. Hang 10, you howl.
Yeah. So it's one of my favorite fads.
Mahalo, you howl.
Because it was like, fuck you guys. Like, honestly, like I'm too busy working to have Pogs. Yeah.
Not all of us had that option at 8.
Yeah, listen, I had a full-time job, all right?
Pogs are not Pogs. You're not in Home Alone. And I was like, I guess Pogs then.
Yeah, Pogs are Home Alone. Well, I don't know.
They already made Home Alone. Well, I guess it's Pogs, man.
I guess
Sorry, buddy.
it's Pogs from now
That
on,
was
bro.
My parents, that's how they constantly threatened me. They'd be like, hey, go be in Home Alone. And I was like, but I can't. They're like, then shut the fuck up. No, I'm
Shut up
kidding.
and eat these Pogs.
Pogs, bro.
Here, scratch and sniff these Pogs.
Number 4 for me was, and I'll just say it, I'm not embarrassed. My brother was into it more than I was, but there was a minute there where I was like, you know what? I don't mind Beanie Babies, and I would like more of them in my life. But I wasn't collecting them as much as I wanted the animals that appealed to me. My brother was like a collector. He had the Princess Diana bear. He would buy I was like, give me that bat. Give me that cute dog. Give me that alligator thing, and we're good for a while, you know? But I did like how they felt. They were very soft.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I like animal toys.
Yeah, and they have a rich variety. Actually, I like how they've actually been making a small comeback lately.
The 7-Eleven Beanie Baby plastic blind
you
box
see, I have a bunch of the blind boxes.
You've gifted me with some over the year.
fuck yeah, exactly, over the year.
I went number 4. I went with flannel shirts.
There you go.
That was. I mean, I still wear them now, but like it was a fad back then.
I
Like,
know lumberjacks would take offense. But
Yeah, no. When I was touring with the Pizza Underground when we were in Seattle, I specifically went to a vintage store to buy an
you wore
old
that
flannel.
red and black flannel all the time.
Yeah, man. Like,
You wore
yeah,
that for years.
But that's an authentic
No, I know.
Seattle
It's a grunge
flannel.
Yeah,
Like,
it's probably super uncomfortable.
No, it's actually fucking great.
Is it really?
Oh, are you kidding me? That shit's broken in, man.
You don't think they want like it's starchy so they can hurt more?
No, it's great. It's great. Like, honestly, I've broken that puppy in. Yeah, no, that's good. That thing's been in the wash a bunch of times. Yeah. All right, what are we on? 4 for me.
Yep.
Oh, Furbies.
okay, I never got
Furbies?
into those.
Furby?
Yeah.
And they would talk.
Yeah.
And do you remember just the promise of Furbies?
Yes.
Like, they would talk
Robot
to
friend.
Yeah, robot friend.
Robot friend.
They will talk to you. They'll learn English the more you talk to them. You can put 2 Furbies together and they'll speak to each
You know
other.
what they said, Stu?
I do not.
They went like, and then they would go, goodbye. That was like the one English word you would be able to understand.
They gave you this promise, like, just like it was supposed to be Siri, but like, in a fucking furry thing. Like, it was like, yeah, like, the more you talk to it, the more it'll learn.
Oddly enough, in the
was an AI.
in the last year of my life, I went on an eBay spree of buying not Furbies, but the McDonald's Furby action figures that came out.
You went on that spree?
I have in my home right now. I own like 6 mini Furby plastic McDonald's toys from the early 90s that are so fucking stupid. I love them.
Listen,
They're all ugly and weird, and like none of them talk or do anything, and they're great. They got little hair.
I just remember the winter of '98, and my wife at the time, she wanted one. Fuck, I couldn't fucking find
You
one.
were part of that Jingle All the Way mess.
I had to try to, and guess what? I went to like the fucking the Toys R Us. I went to like FAO Schwartz. Nothing. It was my corner candy store.
Really?
They
that's
had
awesome.
Yeah, they had like 20 of them.
They didn't even know what they were sitting on.
I know. It's fucking pure gold over there. Pure gold.
My number 3, I guess, would be I brought it up earlier with the top cards, but specifically the Marvel cards. The Fleer Ultra Marvel cards.
Max got them. I saw them out.
Hold on, I'm going to be right back. You guys keep talking.
Got them
I
out.
still have my binders back in Long Island.
So do I.
You have the binder. You just have the stacks.
I still have the binder. It's in my room in Ohio.
Did you organize them at all by the number on the back?
By the number on the back.
And did you did you ever disagree with the rankings? Or the power?
No, not so much because I didn't read comics that much.
Okay, but you just collected the cards.
I collected the cards because
video games or anything?
A little bit.
Yeah, buddy, those are my boys. I miss them. 91.
These are the superheroes.
It was
here are the mutants.
Yup.
Here are the bad guys. I have them
separated. It's got the whole thing. Adam Warlock, there he is.
Yep. Captain Marvel.
Oh, that would be a super fun game if I got drunk and you guys covered the names up and I had to guess who all these fucking weirdos are.
Oh yeah,
Me and you would probably do pretty fucking good.
I would definitely win. No, actually, these kind of stuff. Actually, I would
have not gotten Rage.
Oh, I would have gotten that.
All right, fair enough.
I would have gotten that one because he's actually a child in a man's body. That's his trick.
Stu, are you familiar with Fing Fang Foom?
I'm not familiar with Fing Fang Foom.
I know, Brenda was teasing me about that. She's like, really? Like,
I love Fing Fang Foom.
I know, but she was kind of
problematic. Yes.
Yeah, but also like, hey, there's a villain named Fin Fang Foom.
Yeah, and he's a giant dragon with a Fu Manchu mustache.
Yeah.
Duh.
And you look at his height; it's 15 stories. No feet.
So I got to take these all home with me.
No, I just got them from Amazon
That's awesome.
yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, man. No, I'm telling you, I got drunk and wistful, and so I bought some of the because when I was a kid, I couldn't travel with toys.
Yeah.
So I traveled with the cards, and so
that's all. These were your toys.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. And so I'd match up I wonder if Namor could beat. Shadow Cat and Nightcrawler combined. That kind of shit. Looking at
I had an art teacher.
Probably yes, though. By the way,
I had an art teacher who encouraged me to recreate those. So he gave me his collection of 90s and 91s, and so I was telling Matt I wasn't really that much of a comic book reader, but I read the back of every single one of those cards.
Honestly, this is how I learned about comics.
Me too.
And comic book characters.
In a similar vein, did you fuck with Marvel A to Z?
Was it the book?
That was the book.
Yeah,
They also published it in comic form sometimes, and it was basically the Marvel Encyclopedia.
Yeah.
So
I remember reading that.
You would just read that and learn who all these people were before you even saw them.
So
in the comic.
this was my gateway though.
Fair enough.
I love these because also they had all of the ratings of all their powers and things like that.
Yep.
And so you actually compare them to each other,
right.
and and it's consistent because when you actually go to the 92 set, they
the same.
No, they only would have 4 categories and it'd be 4 random categories, even though they would still have the 7 categories that they normally do. It'd be a rotation. It was I don't know. They strayed from the formula.
Well, here's a good question: if Reed Richards is only a 6 out of 7 on intelligence, who is a 7?
Yeah, no, I feel like they're pretty wrong on that one.
Yeah, that
Xavier.
No, the guys that are 7 in intelligence on these cards would be Galactus.
Fair enough.
Things like that. But still,
he's famously known as the world's smartest man, though.
Well, I would have given him a 7 out of 7.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
so we're gonna rewrite these cards. Marvel, if you're listening,
listen. Maybe in 1991 he got hit in the head or something like that. Who knows? He fell off the stupid tree. Okay, and hit every branch on the way down.
Oh boy.
So for number 3 on me, right? I had backwards hats.
Just backwards hats. Yeah. That's what happened.
Throughout the 90s,
what was it about backwards hats and also backwards chairs? That's when, the cool kid would turn the chair around.
Yeah.
That was from Dangerous Mind. Yeah. That was when she said
Well, I mean, it happened before that, but it was also you're always your counselor.
As a guy who still wears backwards hats, I'm a little offended that you thought it was a fad.
It was definitely a fad in the 90s. That wasn't something going on in the 80s.
In the 90s, but it still continues to this day.
Well, it still exists today, but I would say it was
more prevalent.
It was a fad.
Fair
then.
enough.
Yeah. It was cool to do it then.
Okay.
It was a fashion choice.
But it became something bigger.
Yes, exactly.
Fads don't have to die.
It still exists.
Matt, there were T-shirts that had Bugs Bunny and Tasmanian Devil on them with backwards hats.
People still wear them.
Yeah.
They're $500 on eBay and they're dope. And I want a Taz. And I want a Tweety Bird shirt that says straight out of Compton, and it's him with an Oakland Raiders hat on because it exists. People would wear it.
I just want it because it exists.
Yeah.
What are we at? We're at 3. Oh, I'm gonna just go on. Just say neon, but neon colors, the TurboGrafx 16 or whatever.
Lisa Frank.
Yes, it was just all that neon green, pink, and orange.
Yep.
Everything, every ad. I mean, just think of like
every
just
T-shirt I owned, every hat I owned, all neon.
Remember that? What was it?
all the shoes.
You guys remember? Was it TNC Surf Company with the rhinos and the sharks? Like there was that T-shirt company.
Yeah, it was exactly.
There were so many different fad things, all neon colors, and like a rhino with sunglasses on a surfboard.
Yeah, everyone thought it was gonna be the West Coast neon surfer stuff. Like like that's where like the early '90s thought like the rest of the '90s were going, and then just like. Then Nirvana showed up, and then they went with flannel shirts instead.
I also owned a pair of neon green Todd Oldham capri pants. And I also owned a pair of orange because I was like, that seems, man, I'm fashion forward in 1997. Number 2 for me?
Yep.
Number 2 for me would be, they wrote, those gloves that change colors when they got cold.
Oh, isotoner.
Was that what they were called? But they were kids. They were the little kid versions with all like cartoons on them.
I know what you mean.
Like Freezy Freakies or something.
Yes.
And if you lived in a place where it snowed a lot, they were snow gloves. And when they were exposed to cold temperatures, they would change.
And they
colors.
would reveal. So all of a sudden, a rocket ship would show up. On
And red gloves would change blue, and you'd see like a spaceman and a dinosaur, and they were fucking awesome.
I know.
Okay.
I was always jealous of all the kids on the recess, like lot. And they would, they would have
know
those,
about this.
Freezy Freakies, I think.
Look it up,
I can tell you're looking it up. But I'm pretty, I think you got it right with the Freezy Freakies.
That sounds a lot like Hypercolor.
Freezy Freakies.
It's the opposite of that.
It's the opposite of Hypercolor?
They got Freezy Freakies. I'm embarrassed and kind of happy with myself that I do that. I'll show you.
No, but it's a Hypercolor.
That's what they look like. They always had like little rocket ships.
I remember those.
Yeah.
I remember those.
Hypercolor would react to heat. This would react to the cold.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they were just for your hands.
if you weren't inventive, I guess.
I know. So if you had Freezy Freakies and you put someone's, and you were outside in the cold and you put on a Hypercolor shirt, nothing would happen.
You guys are just blown. Warren, I'm sending this disconnected scene from a movie that doesn't exist to myself in the mail right now, so don't even try to steal it. What if in like a scary movie, like the killer killed someone, was wearing gloves, and then to check if their body was dead or not, he put their hand up to their face and the gloves changed colors because their body was cold.
Yep.
There you go.
Freezy.
Don't steal it, Warren.
Freezy Freakies.
Could just check their pulse, but I hear what you're saying.
And then you have to go, all right, these are the gloves that changed colors in 1987. All right, I'm in a movie.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
I'm in a movie.
I had saggy pants for number 2.
Just saggy pants.
Saggy pants, which
I
also
fucking
is a
hate
trend
saggy
that
pants.
so do I so much.
Continues.
It still continues.
We're gonna sound the oldest we've ever sound to me. It's not that I hate baggy pants. I owned Jenkos and like giant fucking idiot jeans back then, but they always went around my waist. It's the dudes who wear their pants underneath their asses.
Yeah.
It literally just seems like walking would be really intense and hard to do.
Incredibly difficult.
Like
It doesn't. It's not comfortable. It doesn't seem comfortable.
No. Have you ever gone to the bathroom and not pulled your pants up all the way and have to do that hop?
Yes.
That seems like what they're living with permanently.
It's like you're in a perma crab walk.
But I do think that is a cultural thing that I don't understand, and that, do you know what I mean? I literally I don't think that's a fashion statement as much as a cultural
I'll
thing.
never know what it feels like to be that young white boy from Florida. Never worked for me. Never worked for me.
Me either.
No, just aesthetically or just literally.
I'll tell you what, though. Here's a minor complaint. I don't love the opposite that we have nowadays, which is like fucking skinny jeans.
You wear skinny jeans.
I do wear skinny jeans. Here's the problem with them, though. You get a male camel toe where your dick and balls like bulge up in front. Like, jeans are really fucking skinny nowadays. You go like, oh god damn it, I'm showing.
Yes, yeah.
Which wasn't a problem for men up until a few years ago.
Well, on the list of problems.
I get it.
All right, my number 2, Reebok Pumps.
Damn it, that was my number 1.
Yeah, Reebok Pumps, man. I was super into those things.
Me too.
I remember the later ones where like you had the release valve thing, like the outside, like it seemed like
Guys, I'll do you one more. So I had a lot of pumps. I love pumps. Shaquille O'Neal released a pair of sneakers that had a CO2 cartridge that you would have to put into the side.
Yes.
Pump up. I owned those, and the CO2 cartridges exploded in my closet one night. Scared the fuck out of me. Pop, pop, thought it was a ghost. I ran into my parents' bedroom crying hysterically.
Someone's shooting at me.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal's shoes are shooting at me.
Normal sneakers, then you'd have a giant metal like Whippet canister. You'd have to stick into the side of it, basically.
Yeah.
And they would inflate. Oh, that shit was the best, man.
I just remember we used to play basketball and be like, oh, it's a jump ball. And then
everyone stopped to pump up.
Hold on.
No, yeah, exactly. Actually, no, my friend, I remember, walked up to me and he pumped up my shoes for me. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to win this jump. Fucking the 5'2" kid.
Matt, you look down at your feet. It's just your friend looking up. You got this, man.
You got this. I believe in you.
That's great.
So yeah, Reebok Pumps. So yeah, there you go. Number two. Number one.
My number one fad of the 1990s. The thing that I missed the most and I wished stayed in fashion was me being happy. To people of our age range, all of the stuff
you were never happy.
Probably. I remember being like 6 years old. I remember being like 6 years old and being like, all right. You're 6 years old.
I gotta say, I'm pretty happy right now.
You're in first grade. What's your deal?
I got my Fruity Pebbles. Sorry.
That's not what I said, but I remember being like, I'm 6 years old. What defines me? I like Ninja Turtles, and I was like, yeah, I'm okay with that. That was like, that is my thing in life. I like Ninja Turtles.
I actually,
the simplicity of this.
I didn't know that like STDs existed.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that my Shaquille O'Neal shoes could explode at any moment.
Exactly.
I remember having a similar thought, being like, I like Calvin and Hobbes. I'm a guy that likes Calvin and Hobbes.
That's who I am.
That's who I am.
Yeah, it's that
If you had to define me, I'd be a guy who likes Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah. I'm the kid who likes nickels being taken out from behind my ear.
I like magic.
That is my defining feature.
Maybe the answer is just pre-puberty, but like our brains worked better back then. I feel like.
Yeah. Mm. It was rich. It was
didn't take much. Yeah. Did not take much back then.
You said your number one was Pumps?
Was Pumps, yep.
Yeah. So my number one is bits, the bit war. 8-bit consoles, 16-bit consoles.
32-bit consoles?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got up to 64
yes,
in the
did.
90s.
Blast processing. Am I right? Yeah, I mean, come on. The bit wars, guys.
Rack and pinion steering.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Corinthian leather.
steering something.
But yeah, the bit wars. That stuff was like, those commercials, Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like shit like that. Like that's fucking
Have
classic.
you watched I don't know if it's a popular YouTuber, but I watched stuff recently about that and the interesting thing about that bit war is the fact that like Neo Geo, Lynx,
Jaguar.
It's Jaguar. It's not Lynx. They changed it.
Atari, yeah.
There were a few systems that were like drastically ahead of the game, but the problem was they were
Neo
too
Geo
expensive, and they came out like fucking 4 months before Super Nintendo and Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neo Geo was actually a powerful machine.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Jaguar was a 64-bit machine, but that was some
what they claim.
That was some gymnastics kind of math.
Sure.
It really was. Like,
go on.
No, honestly, no. It's like
He's right though. He's right though. The games didn't fully operate at 64 bits.
Yeah, exactly. But if you did everything, and there's a reason why they didn't have a lot of third-party programmers on it, because it was so difficult to program on.
Gotcha.
Because it was like, you're talking about processors and shit like that I don't really know enough about to like actually give any detail. But it was 64-bit in name only.
What's amazing is the entire story of video game consoles are 5 companies. Flat out. And there are millions more than that, but ultimately it comes down to Atari, Nintendo, Sega, Sony, and Microsoft.
And Ouya.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no.
You know what I mean, though? Like, forget. I remember my friend got a fucking Jaguar, and it was like the most mind-blowing thing. He had Bonk's Adventure.
I had a 3DO.
Did you really?
Yeah. I remember your 3DO.
I had a 3DO for sure.
You know what I remember about your 3DO is not playing any of the games, but if we put it on to like when we were listening to music
mode
thing. Yeah, music mode.
And we kind of just like it was trippy.
Swirly, and we were doing
Yeah, it was trippy, man. Let's listen to Riders on the Storm, man. No, I never had a CDI. I actually never heard of CDI until I watched the Angry Video Gamer episodes.
I never had a Sega CD.
I had a CD.
I never had a Saturn either.
I played Mind Trap.
Yep.
Did you really?
For
Yeah,
sure.
me too.
Oh, I beat Mind Trap.
Mind Trap, Sulfise, Streets of Rage 2.
You want to be kind of like semi-bored? Kids,
Love
it. Go to YouTube. And just
Watch
watch Mind Trap. Just type in Mind Trap.
The 25-minute playthrough.
Believe me, it was one time where I got into the bath. It was a nice hot bath. I took a Vicodin and I watched Mind Trap, and it was, you know what? Listen, I still kind of remember it because I'm telling you the story, but I still don't remember the story.
And if that's too much fun for you, Google a game called Myst.
Oh God,
that in real time.
Missed with the Y,
We
right?
interrupt the middle of the show. It's really annoying because I really don't like
That's your challenge, Warren.
being annoyed in the middle of my podcast. But
Yeah, no, here's actually some ads, and honestly, I gotta pay the bills. Listen, like we all gotta eat, so check this out. It's actually gonna be pretty okay, I'm sure. And if you live in a market where we aren't running ads, then this is pretty pointless. So, yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Meditation Minute. I'm your guide, Luis Prada. Thank you for joining me as I hop on this train headed toward Meditationville, population us. Let's start off with a nice, big, hearty, deep breath in. And breathe in, and I'm sorry. I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember what comes next. Breathe in and wow. This is so embarrassing. This has never happened to me before. I swear. Just keep breathing in, and I'll try to remember what comes next. What comes next? What comes next? I say it all the time. It's practically a catchphrase. Breathe in, and then breathe in again? No. Breathe in more. Yes. No. That's not it. Just keep breathing in, and I'll get it. I promise. I'm almost there. It's on the tip of my tongue. Breathe. Oats. Breathe oats. No, I couldn't have been telling you to breathe oats all this time. Though they do have an invigorating earthy aroma that always puts me at ease. So maybe take a deep, hearty, invigorating breath of oats. You know, now that I hear it like that, it sounds really stupid. Just hold on, bear with me. Just keep breathing in. Something with an O. I got nothing. I have nothing. You know what? I'm just going to call it quits for today. Some days you have to admit that you just don't have it, and today is one of those days. I just don't have it. So I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully by then I'll have figured it out. Out! It was out, not oats. Out. Oh, I am so relieved. That was gonna kill me. Oh, and you. Oh, you can breathe out now. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have told you sooner, but I forgot the word. Ooh, wow, you're a real trooper there. It's some lung capacity you've got. Oh, man. Anyway, I hope this guided meditation has brought you the serenity you seek. My name is Luis Prada, and this has been Meditation Minute. Namaste.
Welcome back. All right. Without any further ado, just here's the podcast. Do we want to do a lightning round? Because we're getting up there, up here. So let's see. We already did discoveries.
I think there's two left. It's
favorite video games.
Well, let's do one. Let's do TV shows. Right?
Okay,
let's do that one.
Okay. Reruns. So this was shows we watched in the 90s that weren't airing in the 90s.
Yeah, they were. We only watched them on reruns.
So my number
non-appointment television. Oh, hi, honey.
My number 5 is actually a show.
Don't call me honey. Yeah, not you guys. My girlfriend just showed up from work.
My number 5 was a show that actually was showing in the 90s,
then go fuck yourself.
But I only watched it in reruns.
Okay.
Which was Wings.
Wow, you watched Wings?
Yeah, I know.
Honestly, what's it, Steven Weber or whatever, like that guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Tony Shalhoub.
He was one of the first people I ever worked with when I moved to New York.
Yeah, no, honestly, I've seen like some of his other work, and I've actually like kind of like met him in passing.
Yeah.
Total sweetheart.
Was he on Men Behaving Badly as well? What was that? Is that a show that exists?
Honestly, it'd be great.
Anything about it?
It'd be great if it wasn't. And you just made that up.
Yeah. I was like, that's a good title.
I can't remember.
He was on Wings, though.
He was on Wings. Yeah, Tony Shalhoub was on Wings.
I want to say Amy Yazbeth.
Sounds like somebody who would be on
the redhead lady from Prince of Robin Hood, and she's married.
Yeah,
to,
she was in that,
John
but she
Ritter.
wasn't in until like later.
Okay.
Later, but
I watched some Wings.
That's a lot of Wings.
Yeah,
it used to
Where
be
was
on
the airport.
Nantucket.
Oh, he did watch Wings.
I know.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Hey,
All right. What show? Let's see. I'm gonna go with. I used to do like Nick at Night stuff.
Yeah. Me too.
Dobie Gillis.
I was gonna put that on my list.
And you didn't.
I didn't because I was like, I don't know that I loved it as much as I remember it.
You
know what it was?
nope, no clue.
So Dobie Gillis was John Denver.
No. Denver was it's the guy who played
from Gilligan.
Gilligan from Gilligan's
God.
Island.
All right.
No, but that wasn't Dobie. That was his best friend, Menergy Krebs.
Menergy had Krebs.
No, Menergy Krebs.
Krebs, and he was like a beatnik.
Yes.
And he had like a fucking
work.
black turtleneck.
Every time someone said work, he go work. Look, it's like a.
It was like
you
Archie, kinda.
It was like a you can't do that on television.
Yeah.
Like every time they said water would go down. Every time like slime,
I don't know.
Gillis was
That's
just
what it
about
gets
like
slime.
high school age kids in the late
Okay.
50s.
Yeah, late 50s, early 60s.
But he was the standout, Maynard.
Yes, Menergy. And so it was all about this guy who was a ladies' man, but like in high school days. And
Isn't that just called Happy Days?
yeah, but this is actually of its time.
Okay,
And,
all right.
Yeah. And Jack Nicholson also made a cameo early
No.
on. A young Jack Nicholson.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
I swear to God, we wouldn't believe it if it wasn't true.
That.
My number 5 was The Munsters.
Yes.
Yeah, yep. Yeah.
I watched Addams Family Values like 2 nights ago, and that movie's incredible. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, I still prefer The Munsters to The Addams Family.
Because especially when you're a kid, like,
They're monsters.
Yeah, it's more appealing. They're monsters.
Wolf and a Dracula. Addams Family are just like weird, macabre people.
And the guy who played Herman, he was in Pet Cemetery. He's the judge in
My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny.
Yep.
And his name is escaping me right now.
It's Herman G. Munster.
But it really, to bring it to a mean thing, do you remember Nicole Bass from the 90s WWF?
Yes.
When she used to guest on Howard Stern a lot, they would make fun of her by doing the Herman voice.
Oh no!
They'd go, "Oh Lily."
She's passed away.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Nicole
goes
Bass.
right into my number 4, which was Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed's my number 3.
There you go.
I used to watch
there you
Mr.
go.
Ed
one, buddy.
There you go. Yeah. Mr. Ed. Yeah. No. Do you know how they got him to talk?
Peanut butter. Cruelty.
Yeah, that's how they got him to talk. It was peanut butter
And wires.
Yeah. No peanut butter.
It was just peanut butter?
Yeah.
All right, thank God.
Yeah. Thank God.
Thank fucking God.
Thank God it was peanut butter.
That's my number 3. Mr. Ed was fun, man.
Yeah.
No one knew that horse could talk but him.
It's a fucking talking horse.
Guess what?
What's
He
there
didn't
not
take
to like?
advantage of it in any way.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? He was cool though. He didn't try to exploit Ed. He was just like, "Yo, you're my friend. You live in this barn, I guess."
Yeah,
and
but
you
still,
give me good
like, yeah.
advice.
How did Mr. Ed talk? Could he only talk to Wilbur?
I can't
I think
remember.
so.
I remember he only spoke to Wilbur, but was he physically capable of speech from birth?
Or was this a Wilfred
Is this
kind
a
of
Wilbur?
thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or what's that bunny one? Harvey.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Say hello, Harvey.
Harvey.
Number 4, Mac.
What's my number 4? Let me look over here. Oh, this is another Nick at Night one because actually, I when I was a kid, I kept on like I watched a lot of Patty Duke.
Me too,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, cousins, identical cousins. And it's like
They look alike, they talk alike, sometimes they even walk alike. It'll blow your mind
when cousins are two of a kind. Yeah,
Wow.
I'll never forget picking up that theme song, and I had this conversation with someone recently, and they broke it down for me. So there's the prude, like uptight cousin, right?
Yep.
And then there's
played by Patty Duke.
Patty Duke, and then there's the other cousin, also played by Patty Duke.
Patty Duke.
And both of those people are Sean Astin's mother, in case you didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
didn't
Sean.
know that,
Wise
actually.
Gamgee's mom is Patty Duke.
Oscar winner Patty Duke. She did The Miracle Worker.
I did know that.
And then she played identical cousins. On the-
Married Sean Astin, the famous actor, and they had Sean Astin.
And they had Sean Astin.
Okay.
From what's that? Not Wet Hot American Summer. What's the one? My summer. Like the Kevin Bacon one. Nah, no.
Goonies?
No, it's the other one.
Friday the 13th.
No.
But there's a part
He's
in
in
that,
that.
there's a part in that theme song where they're trying to show you that I can't remember the exact words, but basically like what were their names? Susan. I can't
remember.
The fancy one likes ballet and a crepe Suzette. The other one likes rock and roll. A hot dog makes her lose control. And I was always like, what's so fucking crazy about a hot dog?
Why are you losing control about a hot dog?
Someone was like, the other one was too proper. At that time, hot dogs were seen as like low class food that only like peasants would eat, I guess.
Yeah.
It was too proper to eat a fucking hot dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
What were in the hot dogs back then?
No, identical cousins. Yeah. All right, there you go. All right, you got your number 3.
My number 3 or my number 4?
No, we're at 3 because.
Well, Mr. Ed was my number 3. So
there we go. No, so we'll go around. We'll go around.
So my number 4 was Sanford and Son. Super funny. Fucking Red Fox was amazing.
Honestly, I just remember the theme song more than anything.
I remember Gracie. He had like a best friend named Gracie who was really dumb and like hung around.
And he always had heart attacks. I remember that too.
Well, he would always feign. He would always think he was having a heart attack and go, "Loretta, I'm coming home." I'm gonna go. He was great, man. If you haven't heard his stand up either, he was
Red Fox.
Red Fox was incredible and like way ahead of his time. And that show is like semi-controversial. Like it was like there was race stuff. Freddie Prince's dad was on that show, I believe.
Yeah. Right? It was racy, especially for its time.
It really was. It was like the non-white answer to All in the Family almost.
Yep. All right, so
I had Wonder Years for number 3 because I never watched that either, except for it as a rerun.
So you only watch it in reruns?
Yeah.
In general?
Now?
No. Like even
if you watch it now, the music's different.
In the 90s, first of all, in the 90s.
In the 90s.
Yes, I know that, but I never watched it when it was actually like when it was the new ones were scheduled.
It wasn't like appointment television.
Yeah,
it was for me.
And I
had the Winnie Cooper tattoo.
I lost my mind when they started doing Wonder Years on Nick at Night. I was like, I'm not that old. I'm only like 22.
Did you just say you have a Danica Keller tattoo?
No, it says Winnie Cooper. And I met Danica Keller at a party once, and there's a picture of her very not so excitedly posing next to the tattoo of the character she played.
You mean the love interest from Sidekicks?
Is that yes, it is. Yes, it is.
She
Good call.
You remember when that little kid in the wheelchair at the end of Sidekicks is basically anointed by Chuck to be the new sidekick, and you're like, the promise of the sequel. It never happened.
It never happened. You know who directed that movie?
Who?
Chuck Norris's brother.
Do you remember
Bob Norris? I don't know.
She put Barry into the friend zone too.
Totally.
I remember that. She was like, "Yeah, I just like you as a friend." And like,
for some reason, that movie popped in my head this morning.
It's fun.
Yeah, I was about to take a shower, and I was like, "Whatever happened to Sidekicks?"
So the Winnie Cooper. I'll talk about the tattoo really quickly because I didn't watch Wonder Years till its completion when I was a kid. I probably stopped watching 5 seasons in because whatever.
Everything turned out great for everybody, right?
Okay, and then I was like, man, I had such a crush on Winnie Cooper as a kid, and I identified so much with that storyline. Like, I wonder. I think they got like married and like that show ended with a happy ending. And then I randomly watched the last episode of Wonder Years. Do you guys remember what happens in it?
Oh yes.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't.
And it was
end well.
the second I realized that Winnie Cooper didn't represent the one you're supposed to be with, but all of the ones you thought you would be with before you found that one. I got the tattoo. So that's what the Winnie Cooper of it all represents to me. Is like never know when you're. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. To forget those ones that you tried for.
Forget the ones at 14.
You know what? It's a tattoo to remind you to just settle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Just settle
Pretty
for what
much.
you got
For the next one.
Yeah. Yes.
Mac, what do you got?
What have I got? Three's Company.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You were the one who told me what Three's Company was actually about.
Yes.
How did you not know?
Because I was like 4 when I first started watching
your parents not like, that guy's gay?
No.
Oh, are you guys pretending to be gay?
At 4 years old, I had no idea. All I knew was that he tripped and fell a lot.
They only kept that up for like half of the first season to begin with anyway.
Fair enough.
Ish, right? He kept it up to Mr. Roper, though, right?
But it was unsaid. It was for the Ropers for a while, and then they even kind of gave up that storyline. And then like, Mr. Furley, I think they brought it back for that. But like, but it was all about him. It's a fake gay guy living with 2 girls. Yoinks! But also
3.
No, 2.
Oh, 3 is Company. Never mind.
Yeah, that's there. Did
they ever make a sequel called Forza Crowd?
No, but it would have been good.
They're working on it.
But
I got bad news for you.
They're trying to get rid of her.
I got a bunch of them. Yeah. My number 2, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This isn't something I watched in rerun. Oh, I did watch it in the 90s. It didn't really air necessarily, but it aired in Monty Python.
There you go.
Okay.
Basically, that is when I discovered Python.
Yeah,
in the
Flying
90s.
Circus.
Did you go through the movies or did you find the Flying Circus
Holy
first?
Grail first, and then
And then you backtracked?
Whoa! And then I watched every single episode of the show.
Nice.
20 times. Cool. Speaking of DVDs, one of like the greatest things that ever happened to me was when they put out the complete Python. It was like $150, and it was every episode of the show, all 9 seasons, I believe. So that became like my holy grail. Yeah.
But also, their 9 seasons are like what? Like each season's like four episodes or something like that. It's a BBC.
No, there's a decent amount of Python, oddly enough.
Yeah.
And you forget that Cleese leaves in the second to last season, and the show
I didn't realize
kind
that.
of changes a little bit.
Okay.
Let's put it this way:
I didn't
all
realize
your
that
favorite
either.
sketches were before Cleese left.
Fair enough.
It's 20% less Cleese, essentially. Like, yeah.
Python.
All right, Stu.
I
which
went
sketch?
with Bewitched.
Yeah, that was another show that I remember.
Nicker Nighter.
I really just enjoyed that show.
Yeah, you know
I
what it
thought
was when you were in your kid? The opening credits is a cartoon.
Yeah,
I Dream of Genie.
Yeah, exactly.
But but there was something. I almost went with I Dream of Genie.
Basically the same
but
show.
here's the thing. I actually found Samantha on Bewitched very attractive, and I think it was because I thought
I was more
she was,
attracted to Jeannie.
I thought she
you?
was
I was
more
more into Samantha,
intelligent.
actually.
Like I thought Samantha was more intelligent, so I was into that.
Yeah, no. I mean, yes, she was
And
more
still
intelligent.
am into that.
Yeah, Samantha was more
You
intelligent.
see Genie's belly button.
Yeah, no, Samantha was more intelligent. That's why I was into Jeannie.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Honestly, though, if we went down this Nick and Night, like, there's so many I left off because this could have been 30 Nick and Night
like
shows.
Donna
right?
Reed or any
Donna
of those.
Reed,
Yeah.
fucking
Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke.
Oh, yeah.
My Three Sons.
Yeah.
I used to watch
Dennis the Menace.
the live action one.
No, yeah. Mhm.
Classy.
So many though. I Dream of Genie, like all that shit.
All right, Mac. Let's see. Number 2. I got What's Happening. Remember What's Happening?
Rerun, right?
Yeah, with Rerun.
Yeah.
Honestly, I barely watched that show, but I always watched the opening credits. And then also there was the ill-fated sequel series, What's Happening Now.
Yep.
What it was called?
Yeah, What's Happening Now.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they did it like 8 years later or something like that, But yeah, no, it was the one with Rerun. And for some reason, I just remember thinking when I was a kid, it was hilarious that they got the fat guy to like run after like the car. And I was like, oh, cool. That's your outro to your credits. Like I freaking loved that. And yes, no, and honestly, that theme song, it still holds up. They don't make them like that nowadays. All right, Matt, you're number
My
one.
Number one television show that I loved in the 90s that did not exist before I was born was The Muppet Show. Like their OG,
Oh,
like
yeah,
70s.
the OG. Yeah.
The Muppet Show in general.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, speaking of defunct land again, they actually like
Totally.
they've already done like a 30-minute thing on it.
And my favorite thing about the Muppet Show, guys, is not only it's the Muppets because they're fun, but it's seeing a celebrity guest show from 30 years ago and realizing how temporary most of celebrity really is. Because I've never heard of 90% of the guests on the Muppet Show.
Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting.
It'll be like a famous dancer, and you're like, were dancers famous enough to be guesting on shows?
I think the only Muppet shows that I had watched then were the ones that I knew
It's like Adelaide Douglas. It's like who the fuck is that?
Twiggy is a guest on one of the fucking Muppet Show episodes, and Candace Bergen's father, the puppeteer and shit. And you're like, there were like
Douglas
50
Bergen.
famous people in 1976, but it was like a really insular small club, and it's just interesting to go like, oh right, a lot of the people that we're caught up in the news with nowadays, and like no one will remember them in 20 years, just like no one remembers them.
God, I hope so.
Colkin lives forever, obviously. but-
Obviously, yes.
Right.
Yes. I'm timeless.
Yeah,
but
you and Shakespeare, buddy.
Yeah, that's me. That's us.
So I went, for my number one, I went with Scooby-Doo.
Oh God, I fucking hated that show.
Really?
Me too.
I loved
hated
it.
that show.
I like Scrappy Doo.
That was
controversial.
It had X-Pac heat with me. Like I would change the channel.
They were just really fucking lame and square and nerdy, those kids.
I loved it.
And like
But
it
that's
was
who
never
I am,
a
I
ghost.
guess.
That was my biggest problem with Scooby-Doo. If every episode
never a
ended with it being a real
ghost.
monster, I would have been cool with it. But it was always like an old guy who ran a mill.
I knew how it ended.
Or an old circus.
and you go like, why would you? You've done this fucking 600 times, gang.
Listen, I already know
Why
what
do
the
you think paranormal shit exists this episode?
I already know what the ending is, and getting from point A to B is just not appealing to me. Like, they're a
enough.
bunch of squares. They're,
But that Scrappy Doo, man, that guy character.
Oh yeah. No, that was some X-Pac heat for me.
Yeah.
All right, number one for me. I'm kind of cheating. It's anything but MASH WKRP in Cincinnati or Dukes of Hazzard. Because I always
I've never seen any of those.
Honestly, here's what I'll say. All three of them have amazing like theme songs.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I would watch the theme songs.
Suicide is Painless?
Yes.
Manic Street Preachers? Yeah.
Yep. And so like I would watch the openings.
Yep.
And then
turn it off.
immediately change the channel.
What was WKRP in Cincinnati? It's about a radio show, right?
Yeah. WK Cincinnati, WKRP. I mean, I can't really.
I like it, man.
Yeah, thank you. But no, they actually all had really good
Great
theme
songs.
But yeah, no,
And then the show
they all sucked, and I tried. Listen, I watched Three's Company. Like I'd be like 6 years old, and I could still get a kick out of Three's Company.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those shows, like even
Stage falls, man.
Even Dukes of Hazzard, like didn't do it for me. Like,
yeah.
Like it felt like my uncle shot it. You know what I mean? The production value wasn't all that great.
I was like a fucking werewolf dinosaur kid. I was not like a car kid. So like the concept of like watching dudes drive cars fast did nothing for me.
Yeah, with a Confederate
I never
flag.
had like toy trucks and shit like that.
And they have a Confederate flag painted on the hood of their car.
What's the car's name?
Boss Hog.
The General Lee.
General Lee, there you go.
Yeah.
That's even more racist.
That's what I know. That's the thing is I didn't really watch the show. I mean, I watched it for a second, and then I go like, no, I don't want to watch this.
Oh, you guys, we forgot one more. F Troop.
Oh yes, F Troop. Yes.
That show was fun.
Yeah, actually, when we visited Anna Faris,
right?
they shot F Troop on that same stage. So there you go.
They were like, remember?
Full circle.
You went into her office and there were like fucking giant framed F Troop posters.
Who the fucking place?
Are you the world's biggest F Troop?
Yeah.
Is that the reason you got into acting? And she's like, I don't know what this show is.
Those who were like that.
I don't know where I am.
Fun times, gang.
Yeah, we should call it because we're an hour 40 into this right now.
Lots to cut. We'll have lots to cut.
Yeah, we have plenty to cut. Look, yes. So, okay. Look, let's do the outro. I'll do the outro like later. But yeah, is there any kind of thing that you guys want to plug? Stewart P. Miller from Columbus, Ohio. Do you have any social media stuff?
I have social media stuff. Find me at Suave Adventure at the Twitters and the Instagrams. That's it.
What about
wait till the plane clears?
Yeah,
my plug, actually.
nice. You're the smart one. You're the professional.
You can find me on all the things at Camel Toad. You can subscribe to Highbrow Pod with me and Nick Roth. It's been sporadic, but it's like, let's put it this way. We started too soon, then we banked, and then I forgot to put them out. So, like, I have, like, 10 episodes in the can. They're great, and they're coming. So just subscribe, and you'll find out. And also, I've been doing more YouTube shit. Stu came by, and we did a live stream review of the Game of Thrones finale.
Yep.
And stuff like that. So, yeah, just follow me on Camel Toad, Twitter and Instagram, and I will direct you where you need to be directed.
Fucking
folks.
sweet.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, thanks for doing the throwback episode. You throwbacks. You fucking Neanderthals over here. You throwbacks.
Oh, we're so old.
Do you still tell them to suck dick, or?
Sometimes. yeah.
It's been a while, guys. Sorry.
It's been a while.
He still does that every time you say that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, whatever. I'm going to do the outro later. All right. Bye, guys. Hey, everybody. Yes. It's me. It's your host. You probably recognize my voice after about an hour and a half or however long this episode is. And so, that was a ball and a biscuit. It really, really was. It was good seeing. It was Matt's first time at my new place. He actually brought me a ceramic cat. It was adorable. It was good. It was good. And Stu's always a freaking sweetheart. So I'm going to plug my stuff right here at the end like I normally do. You can catch me on the Twitters. I'm at Incredible Culk on the Twitters. And on the Instagram, I'm at Culkamania. Also, you can call and leave us a voicemail. I can't remember the number right now, and I actually don't have my phone in front of me, so hold on. Let me open my window. Hey, Sean, what's my voicemail phone number for the show? Give it a second. He's doing editorial right now, and I don't have my phone, and so I'm shouting out a window in my backyard. What you got?
I'm looking it up. Hold on.
Oh no, you got to do it faster.
This is very interesting.
I know this is the best part of the show right now.
Could you guys hold on 1 second? Sorry, 845.
Yeah.
You're going to want to call 845-393-4629. That's 845-EASY-E-HOAX on your phone.
Thank you. Thanks, Sean. Now get back to work. I'm going to crack that whip. So there you go. Give us a call. Play us voicemails, or leave us voicemails, and we'll play them. All right, cool. This has gone on way too long. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yada, yada, yada. Goodbye.
Voicemails. We're always getting voicemails. 845 Easy E hoax. I said it's 845 Easy E hoax. It might sound dumb, but it's not a joke. It's 845 Easy E hoax. Voicemail.
Hey, is this Macaulay Culkin? Because this is pretty crazy. I just listened to the podcast for the first time the other day. That Tom Green stuff was great. I really love the lightness in your voice when you're talking about your girlfriend. I think that's really cute because I'm kind of in the same situation. But I'm going to keep listening to the podcast to see if this actually gets aired on there. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Bye.
Yo, get Marilyn Manson on your podcast. That shit would be hilarious.
Hey, Mac. I'm calling from San Antonio, Texas. Shout out to the San Antonio listeners. Saw you on Regular Media. Loved it. Love the podcast. That's all.
Find me, gag me, take me to the bunny ranch.
You are freaking lumberjack!
Oh my God.